Hello friends, let's have a discuss of NTA mock test TPC। क्वेश्चन स्टार्ट करने से पहले प्लीज़ मैं आप लोगों से रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं, जिन लोगों ने अभी तक चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है वो लोग प्लीज़ चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लाइक एंड शेयर करें। बात करते हैं यहाँ पर क्वेश्चन नंबर फर्स्ट की। वाटर पोटेंशियल इज डिटरमिन्ड बाय OP प्लस TP यानी ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर प्लस टर्गर प्रेशर OR साइन S प्लस साई P। बात करते हैं क्वेश्चन नंबर सेकेंड। From the following, which taxonomic ranks contains organisms most similar to one another species is the best option. Question number 3. The restrictions endonucleases are utilized in genetic engineering as. The restrictions endonucleases are utilized in genetic engineering as molecular cement. No. फिर tools of recombinant DNA technology correct. Molecular is scalpels for cutting DNA at specific sites. This is also correct, यानी कि option D is correct. B and C are correct. Question number 4. Among the following hepatitis, which is not transmitted parentally? Hepatitis A. Question number 5. Sickle cell anemia are point mutations. फिर डाउन सिंड्रोम्स मेंटल रिटार्डेशन को कॉज करता है। फिर क्लाइनफेल्टर सिंड्रोम्स की बात करें तो क्लाइनफेल्टर सिंड्रोम ट्राइसोमी ऑफ एलोसोम्स। फिर उसके बाद टर्नर सिंड्रोम इज आल्सो एब्सेंस ऑफ सेक्स क्रोमोसोम्स। क्वेश्चन नंबर 6. इन एन ओपेरॉन a repressor is synthesized by regulator gene. Question number 7. In moit, a superior female animal is induced to ovulate by administering FSH. Question number 8. Oxytetracycline is obtained from Streptomyces remosus. Question number 9. ये नीट 2020 में भी इस पर क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था डायरेक्ट। फ्रॉम which of the following mixtures Miller synthesized simple amino acids in which experiments hydrogen, ammonia, methane and water vapor with at 800 degree centigrade temperature. Question number 10. The transgenic monkey having gene for green fluorescence protein was A and D. And D, okay, but polytetracycline. Question number 11. Biomagnification is caused by which of the following are mercury and DDT? Mercury is caused by Minamata disease और जो DDT है ये फूड चेन को अफेक्ट करता है। Question number 12. Asexual reproductions lead to rapid increase in number. Okay, correct. Productions of clones ये भी correct है. No genetic variability ये भी correct है. Question number 13. State mark the incorrect statement with respect to contraceptions. Okay. In withdrawal or coitus interruptions method, insemination is avoided. Correct. As long as mother feed the child fully lactational amenorrhea is observed lasting up to 6 months. ये भी correct है, but option C is not. यानी कि chances of fertilizations are less during the 10 to 17 of menstrual cycle. Chances of fertilizations are less. No, more chances 10 to 17 days of menstrual cycle. Use of condoms has increased in recent years due to additional benefits of protecting the users from contrasting sexually transmitted infections. Question number 14. From the following statements, wind pollination is quite common in grasses. Correct. Hydrophily is linked to about 30 genera of mostly monocots. This is correct. But option C, both wind and water pollinations flowers are not very colorful and do not produce nectar. This is also correct. Question number 13. the vertical distributions of different species occupying different level in an ecosystem is known as stratifications. Question number 16. From the following statements and select the correct options. Out of every 10 animal species on this planet, 7 species are of insects. And option B. The number of fungi species in this world is more than the combined total of species. Fishes, amphibians, reptiles, and mammals both are correct. Question number 17. The correct flow of sperms is in which of the followings are seminiferous tubules, rete testis, vasa differentia, epididymis, vas difference. Question number 18. True and false. Intrafascicular cambiums develop in between secondary xylem and secondary phloem during the secondary growth of plants. Wrong. Interspecific intra interfascicular cambiums develops from the cells of medullary rays. True. The vascular cambium is generally more active on the inner side. ये भी ट्रू है. फिर ऑप्शन डी. The vascular cambium ring cuts off secondary xylems away from the centers. This is false. Question number 19. Primary producers of the deep sea hydrothermal vent ecosystems are chemosynthetic bacteria. Which among the following is incorrect? Incorrect, okay. Renin is secreted by juxtaglomerular cells. This is correct. Juxtaglomerular cells are present in afferent arterioles. ये भी correct है. Renin causes conversions of angiotensinogens to angiotensins. This is correct, but angiotensin second is a potent vasodilator. No. Question number 21. Regarding the specific disorder of muscular or skeletal system, choose the correct statement. Osteoporosis decreases in bone mass and higher chances of fractures with advancing age. Question number 22. What does the hyaline cartilage forms tracheal ring? Question number 23. Due to the secretions of acetylcholine, the inhibitory effect of the vagus nerve on the heart takes place. Acetylcholine. Question number 24. Why is funaria included in bryophytes? It's sporophyte. It is parasitic and attached to the gametophyte. Question number 25. Which of the following can prevent the falling of leaf? Auxin. Question number 26. In many bacteria, what does the cell membrane become invaginated and folded to form mesosomes? Question number 27. What happens to plants that are adapted to low light intensity, larger photosynthetic unit size than sun plants? Sun plants. Question number 28. What are the physiological adaptations of pupils living at higher altitudes? High respiratory rate. Okay, फिर increase in RBC productions. Question number 29. What causes Khaira disease of rice? Zinc deficiency के कारण होता है. Question number 30. What is the partial pressure of oxygen in lung? 104 millimeter of mercury. Question number 31. Biochemical reagents are widely used for the detections of biomolecules. A reagent that specifically detects a carbonyl group C double bond O in biomolecules will yield a positive test with fatty acids. Question of 32. At dikinesis, a myocytes has 10 pairs of chromosomes. What is the chromosomes number expected in each nucleus? 10 at the end of first divisions and 10 at the end of second divisions. Question number 33. What is the conditions in which food is not properly digested leading to a feeling of fullness called is indigestion? Question number 34. Where does fertilization takes place in echinodermata? External fertilizations. इकाइनोडर्मेटा के एग्जाम्पल की बात करें तो एस्टेरिया जिसे स्टारफिश कहते हैं, इकॉर्निया को इकाइनस फॉर सी अर्चिन, एंटीडॉन फॉर सी लिली, कुकुमेरिया को सी कोकुम्बर एंड ओफ्यूरा ब्रिटल स्टार। Question number 35. What maintains the resting membrane potentials? Ion pumps. Question number 36. Which of the following is a hyperglycemic hormone? Glucagon. Question number 37. What is the respiratory quotient of germinating seed of castor less than 1? Question number 38. What is the known as sustained state of contractions caused by rapid successions of many stimuli? Tetanus. Question number 39. Find out the statements that come under the scope of genetics from the following. I have same eye color as my mother. Question number 40. Who are the immediate ancestors of Homo sapiens? Cro-Magnon man. Question number 41. Which among the following is not greenhouse gases? CO is not a greenhouse gas, but it is secondary pollutants. N2O, CFCs, methane. Question number 42. Exposure to what causes cancers of prostate gland? Cadmium oxide. Question number 43. What is the milky water of green coconuts? Liquid endosperm. Question number 44. The blood flowing through the umbilical cord is only fetal. Question number 45. What is the classifications of Whittaker's five kingdoms system based on complexity of cells? Okay, complexity of body organization, mode of nutrition, all of these are correct. Question number 46. Modified axillary buds help in climbing in which of the followings are cucumber? Question number 47. From the following biogeochemical cycles, which one does not have losses due to respirations? Phosphorus, nitrogen, sulfur, all of the above. Question number 48. In systems following the cockroach is Q also is a Q represent the left spermathecus which store the sperms received from the male during copulations. Question number 49. If sperm of moss and ferns are put together near the archegoniums of fern, only the sperms of ferns find entry into the archegoniums. What is the reasons for this? Archegonia of ferns secretes mucilage rich in malic acid to attract sperms of fern only. Question of 50. Which is the smallest gene in the human genome? TDF and SRY. Question of 51. Vernalization is seen in plants growing in temperate areas. Question of 52. Name the organisms that have similar sex chromosomes from the following. Female humans and female grasshopper. Question number 53. Why are the predators in nature prudent? If predators overexploit their prey, then prey might become extinct and thus predators will also become extinct because of lack of food. Question number 54. Read the following statements and find out the one that may not be the reasons for extinctions of biodiversity. Proto-cooperations. Question number 55. In infected tobacco plants, which of the following vectors has been used for introducing nematode-specific genes? TI plasmids of Agrobacterium. Question number 56. Epitheme is associated with guttation. Question number 57. Which of the following is the use of residue left after methane production from cattle dung used as manure? Question number 58. What create the proton gradient across the thylakoid membrane is splitting of water in thylakoid's lumen, removal of electrons from stroma to outside during electron transport system. उसके बाद reductions of NADP to NADPH by NADP reductase enzymes, and all of these are correct. Question number 59. Polyembryony is present in which of the following? Citrus, mango, allium, all of these. Question number 60. Hemp fibers are obtained from which of the following are cortex? Question number 61. How does the proteins enter the respiratory pathway? Pyruvate. Question number 62. All of the following sexually transmitted diseases are curable if detected early and treated properly except genital herpes को छोड़ के बाकी क्लेमाइडिया कैंक्रोइड एंड गोनोरिया are included. Question number 63. From which of the following is timber is obtained from leguminaceae? Leguminaceae. फिर question number 64. Name the human's organ that is often called the graveyard of RBC spleen. Question number 65. Decomposers like fungi and bacteria are heterotrophic and saprotrophic. Question number 66. Which one of the following is not found in TMV? Papillomares is not found, but capsomeres, helical capsid, spirally wound RNA is found. Question number 67. What is the skin color in man and examples of polygenic inheritance? Question number 68. If TSH level is high in blood, it indicates hypothyroidism resulting in absence of negative feedback to pituitary. Question number 69. Name the RNA that should be most abundant in an animal cell is rRNA. Question number 70. Refer the given graph represented interplay of different hormones during menstrual cycle in women and answer the question that is follow. I think C is ABCD or D is necessary for the final follicular growth and ovulation. C. Question number 71. In the cell cycle, is interphase divisions phase alternate with each other? Question number 72. In which period the birds originated? Cretaceous period. Question number 73. Tobacco consumption is known to stimulate secretions of adrenaline and noradrenaline. The component causing this could be nicotine. Question number 74. Plum and peach are perigynous. Question number 75. Which statement is false? The kidney produces a constricted urine by establishing a high concentrations of salt and urea surrounding the collecting ducts. But option B, the hypothalamus is a region of hindbrain important is regulating cardiovascular functions such as heart rate and blood pressures. No, this is not correct. Question number 76. Incorrect statement with respect to the events of cardiac cycle. The durations of joint diastole is 0.4 second. Fall in ventricular pressures lead to the closing of semilunar valves in the beginning of ventricular diastole. For option C, the durations of atrial systole is shorter than ventricular diastole. Be correct, but option D, the atrioventricular valves remains open during ventricular systole. This is not correct. Question number 77. The hormones bound with the cell's membranes of the target cell generate secondary messengers upon interactions with the receptors. Which of the following is not an examples of secondary messenger? कौन सा नहीं है? Okay, potassium is not. Cyclic AMP, cyclic GMP, calcium is also secondary messenger, but potassium is not. Question number 78. Subunits of prokaryotic ribosomes are 50S plus 30S. Total 80S. Okay, prokaryotic. Subunits of prokaryotic ribosomes. 50s plus 30, ओके, उसमें 60 एंड 40, ओके, दिस इज करेक्ट, यानी 70s होता है प्रोकैरियोटिक में क्रोमोसोम्स। क्वेश्चन नंबर 79, विच वन ऑफ द फॉलोइंग सेट्स ऑफ एनिमल्स बिलोंग टू अ सिंगल टैक्सोनॉमिक ग्रुप्स आर मंकी, चिंपैंजी, मैन। क्वेश्चन नंबर 80, द मैक्रोमोलिक्यूल्स काइटिन इज नाइट्रोजन कंटेनिंग पॉलीसैकेराइड्स, यानी नाग। The migratory birds that are seen in Keoladeo National Parks during winter come from extremely cold northern regions. Keoladeo National Park is famous for different migratory birds and hence called bird paradise. It is also question number 82. Bentham and Hooker's differentiate series in monoclinidae numbering is 8. Question number 83. Drosophila melanogaster was found to be suitable for experiments by T.H. Morgan due to some of the specific features. These features are all except clear differentiations of sexes correct, easy growth on simple synthetic medium in the laboratory correct, this complete their life cycles within 2 weeks. They be correct है single mating produces a small number of progeny flies no. Question number 84. In a hydrophyte, the submerged leaves compensate for the roots that plants belong to the category of free-floating hydrophytes. Question number 85. Amoeba proteus is polypodial protozoan. Question number 86. The first clinical genes therapy was given in 1990 to a 4-year-old girl with adenosine deaminase deficiency. Question number 87. Visual purple is present in rods. Question number 88. The beads on a string are nucleosomes in chromatin. Question number 89. From the below box, many features are commonly found in the mitochondria and chloroplast membrane bound 70s राइबोसोम प्रो यानी कि प्रोकैरियोटिक में फोटोसिंथेसिस, रेस्पिरेशन, सर्कुलर डीएनए, इंडो सिम्बायोटिक ऑर्गन्स यानी कि 4. Question number 90. Which of the following is correct about nucleolus? Rounded structures inside nucleus and having rRNA. इस प्रकार आपके 90 क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट होते हैं। आई होप आप लोगों को वीडियो पसंद आई होगी। हालांकि नीट की डेट भी आ चुकी है 12 सितंबर, तो प्लीज़ आप लोग पढ़ाई को तेज़ी से स्टार्ट कर दें। तो प्लीज़ और वीडियो को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लाइक एंड शेयर किया करें। प्लीज़ जिन लोगों ने अभी तक चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है, प्लीज़ वो लोग चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें। थैंक्स वॉच फॉर दिस वीडियो। मिलते हैं एक नए वीडियो के साथ।